Summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summertime, summertime. Honey, solen danser, du og jeg. Hver evig eneste morgen.
Hi there Libra, and welcome to your modern shaman, Maria in RainbowLand. If you're not Libra, follow the link below for your sign. This is your modern shaman, Maria in RainbowLand, here with your Heartful weekly report for the week that starts with the 4th and ends at the 12th of September 2018. I'm here with the 7 signs of the week for you, Libra. So, first sign of the week, Mercury. Mercury is moving signs. So Mercury is moving from Leo, your 11th house, where a lot has been going on, into your 12th house. And Mercury is the planet of communication and how we think and rationalize things, and, you know, in contact with the world. It's also our vehicles, means of transport, etc. When it goes into your 12th house, it goes home. Virgo is at home, or Mercury is at home in Virgo, but it's in your 12th house. And Virgo is the sign where Mercury is gonna organize, scrutinize things to the details, put things in the right positions and places inside of you somehow, in your spiritual world, in your psychological world. It's also about health when it's something to do with Virgo, so it's about finding a healthy daily routine for you, perhaps for your spiritual, could be for your spiritual practice, of getting into a good routine again here with that. And starting maybe even spiritually, it also helps to eat healthy. Think about how you eat, plan and when to rest and when to do your yoga, when to do meditation, when to do whatever it is you need to do. It gives you a healthy routine on a spiritual level. Here in the 12th house, we also purge and let go of things, because it's the last house of the zodiac. So whatever we didn't let go of throughout the last 11 houses, we need to let go of now in the 12th house. Maybe it's a mental thing that you need to let go of, a way of thinking, a way that you use to communicate with people, and someone shows up to awaken this feeling in you so that you can let it go. Second sign of the week. Second sign of the week is Saturn is going direct. Saturn has been stationary to go direct like last week, and whatever fast, on the 7th actually, so it's going stationary just before that. Mercury is moving signs by the way on the 6th, so on the 7th the next thing that happens is Saturn going direct, but Saturn is moving very slowly right now. So you cannot expect things to go fast forward, but forward, because he's taking one step at a time in Capricorn and your 4th house. So some things that were itchy and not so easy to get about, and you felt like you were stagnated in your personal life, in your emotional world, something to do with your foundation, your family, your home, is now moving forward a little bit more, and you feel how things starts to loosen up in regards to this, little by little, because it's still, you know, in the retrograde phase. Actually, he's here, Saturn, in the cycle, I mean. And you know, when a planet moves forward, then it goes backwards, and then it moves forward. There's this little area that the planet passes 3 times, and Saturn here in Capricorn is moving over this area again, so it's the same issue you're gonna go over with new glasses on. And it's actually gonna awaken, or not Saturn, but Mercury, when it enters Virgo, it's gonna awaken. But we have Mercury here, so it enters Virgo. It's gonna awaken the grand trine between Saturn and Uranus in the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn and Taurus. So it's another chance for you between your 4th, 8th and 12th house, the psychological houses of intuition, of being in contact with your more feminine and receptive side. it's a chance for you to actually manifest something again within this area, this field. So you have to get out of your head and into your body, into your present moment. That's what we are when we breathe in and we go back into our bodies. We are more present in the moment, and we feel and sense things, the information that comes to us through our body, through our gut feelings, through our guides, our spiritual guides as well. And it's much more, these psychological houses for the Libras is much more concrete, because it's an earth sign than for many others. So yeah, time for deep stuff to transform for you. So in this 4th house you need some good things going on, so some positive things. So Uranus and Taurus may transform things inside of you on a deep level that can help you in your personal life somehow. Maybe you meet someone that connect with on a very deep level. Anyway, sign number 3 of the week is Venus, your planet. She is at home as we start the week on Tuesday. But then on the 9th, she's changing signs. Before that, she's actually going into a square with Mars. So there's gonna be some tension. But what I'm gonna say about Venus is that she's actually inside her shadow phase, the zone where she's gonna move retrograde and go forward. So Venus, straight, going backwards, straight. So she's in this zone where she's going to pass 3 times over the same thing between your sign and Scorpio. And this means that there's some issue that may start now, or it's probably an old one that's just coming up to the forefront, to be confronted and cleaned, and for you to learn something in regards to how you are identity-wise in your relationships, where you need to stand your ground and be who you are in a kind way, and but still know who you are. And it's also about your resources. Other people is your strength, your deep connections to other people. Scorpio, maybe there'll be some issue with someone where you need to look closer into what your role is in it and how you can change and take responsibility for your feelings and what's going on in there. Because we have to remember that whatever we send out and create, if it's not necessary, it creates karma and something that just needs to be resolved later on, and it's just like a domino effect in a negative direction. If it's not necessary, then don't react. But again, as a Libra, sometimes it is necessary, because you sometimes, sacrifice yourself in order to find balance. So if you feel that you need to say no at the right time, even though you may be afraid of this creating a reaction, because Mars is there, so he can be aggressive, etc., then just try to be grounded in your words and take advantage of the grand trine Earth. Stand your ground and try to let it pass. Goes into your 2nd house of resources, and here it's actually going into a sextile with Saturn, but actually also in opposition to Uranus. So that is a little interesting what's going to happen then, because Uranus always brings in sudden changes of people you didn't expect, new people that suddenly come in. But with the sextile to Uranus, it might be that you intuitively also gain some, or maybe in your personal life, something good comes to you, from your family or your home, that will bring some good contact with this person that comes in, that's in opposition to you through Uranus, but which is very different, a very special type of person perhaps. But you'll find the strength through your home and family to deal with this, and maybe there's a gift within the situation. Uranus is always resolving tension wherever he goes, so if we were able to intuitively, with good aspects to your 4th house of intuition as well, to sense what it is, the message is, then you can learn from it and clean it out and clear it instead of creating new karma. Then we have sign number 4 of the week, that's the moon. The moon is actually going to be going into a dark moon phase, and this means that there's less energy. She is going to go through Cancer, Leo, and into the new moon in Virgo. In Cancer, your 10th house, she's going to make you feel ambitious and focus upon your career, but that may come into conflict with Mars or Uranus or Saturn up there in your 4th house, or maybe something, your feelings, or someone at home is for some reason actually trying to block or hindering you in actually doing whatever it is that you want fully. Use your intuition to find out how to handle the situation. Then the moon goes into Leo, where she's of course gonna square. Not square, will be in conjunction with the north node of the moon, activating your networking skills and your more childish, playful side, where you are in your community with the groups of people, your friends, hanging out, or planning the future in a more serious way. Then goes in and meets up with Mercury, and finally the Sun activates the grand trine again in your 4th, 8th and 12th house. You can benefit from using your intuition, from being in the flow, receiving information from the other side. The moon meets up with the Sun, and that means the new moon. So there's a new moon in Virgo, and any new moon is a start of a 6-month cycle. That gives you the opportunity to improve or work upon things in the particular sign and house it's falling over the next 6 years and then 6 months, and then you will see the result as it reaches a full moon in Virgo in half a year in March 19. So this has to do with your intuitive skills, your ability to let go of what no longer serves you, to work behind the scenes, to receive information spiritually and lift your state of consciousness, to have conversations with your higher self, God, or whatever you want to call it, angels, guides. Be quiet, still your mind, and just be open towards any message that will come. Then we have the 5th sign of the week, and I just mentioned it briefly, and that is the square between Venus and Mars, between your planet and Mars up there. And also the story of Mars is that Mars is changing signs. And by the way, the moon is full on the 9th, same day where Venus is changing signs into Scorpio. On the 11th, Mars is changing signs into Aquarius. So Mars is going into your 5th house, the sister sign of Aquarius. But it's not just going to be an easy story, because first he's going to square Venus. So these are the 2 relationship planets in conflict somehow, and Mars can be a bit aggressive, the little warrior. So again, be careful of your reaction, or the reactions of someone else, that it doesn't affect you too much in your 4th house. So you can be a little emotional about it, or a lot, but Mars is going to have to behave because he's in the house of the sign where Pluto and Saturn is. So he's in the sign of the 2 heavy planets, cold Saturn that needs structure, and Pluto that just needs deep transformation through death and endings of more darker sides of ourselves that needs to come up. So I hope you can handle this situation as Mars goes into your 5th house of romance, children, creativity, new projects, creative projects, and you following your heart. Because here he's just going to be in a square again for the 3rd time with Uranus. So some kind of theme that started in the 2nd week of May and were repeated not so long ago in the summertime, late summer. It's gonna be on the table again. Some you know, ending some contract, not necessarily just a written contract, but some agreement you have with someone can also be verbal. You know, underlying contract of, oh yeah, we're friends, now we're not friends anymore. It's in your 5th house. Oh, we are lovers, but we can't be lovers anymore. But it can also have to do with the Taurus house of Taurus being your 8th house. So it can also be some kind of contract that you have with actually work-wise, or deal with shared resources where someone invested in your company or with your partner. Something to do with the shared resources, money-wise, or big transformation, or something psychological that needs to be brought to the surface that's a little hard. You know what it is. It's the same theme for the 3rd time that you've already been through throughout the summer, since May. The 6th sign of the week is at Jupiter in Scorpio, in your 2nd house of resources, finances, self-worth, other things, and Pluto and Neptune, the 2nd, 4th, personal house, life house, and the 6th house of Pisces. These are in sextiles between them and trine between Neptune and Jupiter. And this means that you, through some kind of spiritual practice in your day-to-day routines and life, can alter something inside of you, maybe in a more or less a grounded way. Neptune over there. You can change something inside of you and your feelings in a positive way on a very deep level that will change your resources and your income, or how you consider your values, your value system in general. You always have to use my words to feel into what could this be in my life. And another thing is that to alter consciousness and skip the steps of changing and growing spiritually, it's a very bad idea to take drugs, just to think that, oh, I can shortcut this. The thing about drugs is that drugs creates holes in the astral body, and through these holes any type of energy can enter, and you don't have any control of which energies, and they take a long time to heal again, so there's no need to skip any steps. Besides, if you're here and you want to reach a high, to come in contact with other dimensions and open up, then you can be sure that you borrow from an account as you reach the high, and you go even lower afterwards, because you have to pay it back. Just an advice. 7th sign of the week is the card of the week plus a theme. The card I will draw back home as you watch a little video. And yeah, actually the theme of the week is very short today, and that is crises are your friends, or crisis is your friend. A crisis is an open door. Any planet throughout the zodiac moving are small open doors that lead you, that take you to a certain energy where you can take advantage of that. Oh, now this is highlighted, I can use it like this or that. But a crisis is a chance of a deep transformation. So don't be afraid if you're in a crisis. Try to trust life, that you are going through something that will change your life in a good way forever. If you dare to let go and trust the process, your heart and your system will heal as it goes along. So, card of the week. Get it now in the voiceover. Libra. Thank you. Oh, a tree is falling. So they just... Whoa. That was well done. Impressed. You felt the wind? My goodness, so this was a really, really good point was made.
Wait with the storm. Yeah.
Andrea, if you are a little bit on my film on YouTube, it's the different star signs, is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I have a channel. Awesome, awesome. You are in the Taurus sign of the week. We are up here from Italy. He managed to take down a tree by his hands while we were doing the report. You tilted it here, John is cutting it over here because he wants to start the fire. So Libra, your card of the week is the 5 of Wands, and if you look at the picture you can see that there are 5 men who are fighting against each other with each of their wand. And what they're doing is actually more than an aggressive positioning in front of each other somehow, more than they're actually fighting. They don't touch each other, but they're either standing in a position of defense or attack. That's why the picture seems kind of easy and as if it's a game or a play or some kind of a show for the men. So the 5 men at the same time show that they can't stay still, which actually reflect the nature of the fire element, and you know, the wands are fire. So the card indicates a time with frustrations where it seems like you have to fight for everything. Everything seems rather tough, and there aren't much who are going as planned. That is the feeling. So it says something about that you have to fight for the result. You're in a sharp competition and you have to use all your resources if you want to make it. So your energy flow can be a little bit blocked or stagnated, which can show itself with that life is considered a burden or something. So you find yourself in a situation between what you want and what the realities are. So you can also be in a situation where it's just the daily life or daily routines that irritates and frustrates you. So maybe you're afraid of something, you have some kind of fear, and your challenge is to be with the challenges of life and remember your inner peace, patience, and to stay focused is what this card asks you. So it indicates that maybe you strive too much right now, or maybe you just strive a lot and some of your creative force is blocked and try to find new ways of expressing yourself. So yeah, but it can be like you there's a change going on, and the best thing to do in this situation is to stay positive, optimistic, and believe in your own ability to give your burdens to God or whatever you want to call all that is higher force, higher power, and then just put your trust and trust the process instead of doubting and fearing. Focus on what you want deep within your heart, or let go of what it is that you want. If you feel like if you're focusing on what you want makes you just more frustrated, then let it go and give your desire to life or to God or whatever you want to call it. So thank you so much for watching this week. I truly appreciate it, and remember, if you haven't subscribed already, that you can do so, and you can always leave any kind of comments here. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful nature images here. Big hugs from your modern shaman. See you next week. And of course, and by the way, you have to remember this: don't follow trends, follow your heart. Yeah.
Summertime. Summer, du er min, og jeg er din.